We're gonna walk through a couple of really fun cocktails around our Blood Orange Cordial. We're gonna start with one called the Amalfi Highball. And this is a really easy built cocktail, so we're just building it right in the glass. So first we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce of our Blood Orange Cordial. And look at that color. Next, we're gonna use some of this beautiful raspberry liqueur from St. George out in California. Raspberry and blood orange go extremely well together. Blood orange actually has kind of a natural berry character. So this is a natural complement right here. Next, we're gonna go with a little bit of everybody's favorite vodka. We're gonna do 1.5 ounce measure. And this just provides that really clean, neutral background just for these blood orange, raspberry, and citrus flavors to shine. We're gonna do a little fresh squeezed lemon juice, and this is a 1/2 ounce measure. And then finally, just for some depth, we're gonna add some aromatic bitters. And aromatic bitters and bitters in general, sort of like the seasoning for your cocktail. So I'm just gonna throw in like a couple of dashes. And then finally, we're gonna top with a little bit of club soda. What I like to do generally is give it a little stir while I'm pouring, and that just helps those bubbles to lift up and open up all those flavors and aromas. We kind of stir and lift through the drink to really incorporate everything. And finally, we're gonna garnish with just a little fresh lemon. Nice aromatic hit at the end, and that, I promise you, is a beautiful summer cocktail. This next cocktail is a beautiful margarita and is one of my personal favorites. It's a Blood Orange Margarita. We're gonna start by adding some ice to our shaker. And as you can imagine, blood orange just goes very well with tequila and citrus. This is just a really fun take on a classic. 3/4 of an ounce of our blood orange. Has a gorgeous color, really nice summertime flavor. Then we're gonna add a 1/2 ounce measure of your favorite orange liqueur. You know, you could use a triple sec here, or any of the various orange liqueurs on the market. Next, we're gonna do a 3/4 ounce measure of fresh squeezed lime juice. Again, really important, I'm gonna repeat that this is fresh squeezed. You can't do this, you can't do a classic margarita with bottled lime juice. It works, but it doesn't work great. Finally, we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of a nice Blanco tequila. Feel free to riff here if you really like the smooth character of a Repo or kind of that caramel, almost like a whiskey character of an Añejo, go for it. We love this Blanco because it has kind of some natural fruit character anyway, so we think it goes really well. And then the last touch that we're gonna do is kind of like a novel ingredient addition, but we love it. It's a little bit of a measure, a 1/4 ounce measure of Campari or another bitter liqueur. And if you've ever bitten into fresh citrus, you know that it has that nice kind of round flavor, but then also a little bit of bitterness. And we think this just really brings that out in our Blood Orange Cordial. It's just that slight fresh orange kind of bitter edge, and really adds a ton of character. Campari has a nice orange character anyway, so. This one we're just gonna shake really nice and hard. And for ice, we're gonna use this really gorgeous large format ice cube. It's gonna help control dilution, and we have some really good ice vendors here in town in Austin. And if you can find it in your own local market, we highly recommend trying to score some of this ice. It makes a huge difference in your cocktail. Look at that gorgeous color. Then we're gonna garnish just with a nice fresh lime wheel over the top. That's the Blood Orange Margarita.